What is going on, you guys? My name is Megan, and this is This Past Romance, where I talk to you guys about all of the romance books that I've been reading. Please don't ask me about them lately. School and work and life has been kicking my butt, but we're getting there. I'm getting a little more used to this, so positives. Today's video is a collaboration with my friend Temecka, my dear friend Temecka over at Library of Tomes. And today I'm going to talk to you about 5 romance tropes that I don't like. I want to start by saying that I would like to say that you would be hard pressed to find a romance trope that I don't like. But once I really started thinking about it, I had some weird reasons for not liking some of these. So before I ramble for too long, let me go ahead and jump into this. So the first romance trope that I do not like is love triangles, and I can tolerate them in like a friends to lovers if like the girl has a boyfriend and the best friend is like in love with her and it kind of comes out that way. Like I can handle that if it's quick, like if it's not drawn up through the whole story. Kind of like the second book, the To All the Boys I Loved Before trilogy, the P.S. I Love You. I can kind of handle that, but I'm an anxious human. I like to know what is going to happen, when it is going to happen. I don't like big plot twists. I don't read murder mysteries because I can't handle it. I am so anxious all the time that doesn't work for me. So love triangles stress me out sometimes. Like there are certain books I'll read them, but like overall it's not necessarily a romance trope that I seek out. It is not quite like brother's best friend or a sports romance or like an enemies to lovers. For me, it's not like one of those. I'm not going to seek it out, but if there is a good book that gets recommended to me and that is in it, I'm not going to turn it down. It's just one I don't like. The second romance trope, I'm sure it has another name, but it's too late. So this is where like the guy realizes once the girl has moved on, like, or vice versa, the girl realizes the guy's moved on, but it's typically the other way around when I read them. You were perfect for me and I messed this up and I now see that you're perfect. I should have seen that forever ago, but I didn't, and now you're perfect and I miss you, and that's toxic. I don't like that. I struggle with that greatly. My viewfinder wasn't all wet. So yeah, I'm not a fan of those tropes. So that is the second trope that I don't care for. It makes me roll my eyes a lot, and I just tend to avoid books and movies like that. The third romance trope is amnesia, so think like The Vow. Something about it just makes me feel icky. Like, I understand, like, it's so sweet, but like she doesn't remember him in The Vow. And granted, it's been a long time since I've read that book or watched that movie. But like she has amnesia. She doesn't remember him, and she may never fall back in love with him. And I just can't with these. I don't like the amnesia trope. It's not for me. Again, I'm an anxious human. I don't do well. My anxiety does not like. She is not a fan. The anxiety is not a fan of books like that. Fourth trope is a little controversial. Stockholm Syndrome. I don't like Beauty and the Beast and Beauty and the Beast retellings. Really struggle with those. I don't really care for those. you're in love with the person who is holding you hostage, and it's a psychological thing. I struggle with that. And I don't I don't personally struggle with Stockholm Syndrome. I struggle reading about Stockholm Syndrome. Again, all of these are personal preference. But I'm going to read this last one. I'm going to tell you about it, and I'm going to put my disclaimer at the end. The last one is Ugly Duckling. We see this more, I feel like, in movies. It's better portrayed in movies than it is in books because you can actually see it. Because of the fact that it's a romance trope. So, like, the girl, say in high school, she's just not pretty, she's not popular, she wears glasses, or even the guy, like, he's nerdy or he's overweight and he's got acne and everyone makes fun of him, and then he comes back to town for like his 5 or 10 year reunion and he's hot, he's buff, or you know, she's got her hair out, she doesn't wear glasses anymore, she doesn't have to put on makeup and dress, and they're like, oh my god, like this is a totally different person, you can't be so and so. I think those are ridiculous. Again, personal thing. So what I want to say now is a bold statement, considering the statement I made at the beginning with work and school kicking my butt. If you have a book recommendation for any of these tropes that I said I don't like, that you think I would like, or that is one of your favorite books, leave it down below. I want to read it. I don't like these tropes. Some other ones I don't care for, but I will read. It's like big age gaps. Birthday Girl comes to mind. If you've read Birthday Girl, she's like 19 and he's like 40 or something. It's iffy. Like, I love that book, but it's iffy. Like, it's a fine line we are marching on there. So, if, like I said, if you guys have any recommendations for any of these tropes, leave them in the comments down below. I will get back to you and I will try to read them because I'm genuinely curious. I like to sometimes step out of my comfort zone, and this is definitely putting me out of my comfort zone. Like I said, if you guys have any recommendations for any of these tropes, leave those book recommendations down below. I'm always willing to try to step out of my comfort zone. Try, not actually like do it. I don't always do it, but I will always give it a try. So if you guys have any recommendations for books you want me to read based on this list, leave it down below. If you got any books you think I will like based on my last 2 videos, leave it down below and I will check those out definitely. I'm still working through my library books because, again, life got really hectic really quick. I feel like that happens to everybody, but I'm back. Should be pretty regularly. I'm getting on a better schedule about doing these, but I was not about to let Temecka down. So, Temecka, thank you for doing this with me. You are the best. I love you very much. Guys, if you're not here from her channel, go check her out. She is also down in the description box. She's fantastic and I love her. Her book recommendations are good, but she's also just a fantastic person. I've known her for years and I can't say enough good things about her. So, with all that being said, I'm going to end this video right here. So if you guys have any questions, check the description box, but leave them down below and I will answer you and I'll get back to you, and I hope you guys are doing great. See you later.